An enormous golden shadow limps through the automatic doors of Redwood Valley Hospital just as the night shift is ending. Blood drips from her right foreleg, streaking the polished tiles with dark red. This is no illusion. A full-grown pale lioness rare as sunrise snow collapses in the center of the lobby. Her massive head lowers, amber eyes locking onto one person. Marin, the senior trauma nurse, freezes. Her coffee splashes across her scrubs, but the lioness doesn't growl, doesn't bare her teeth. She drags herself forward an agonizing foot, and gently rests her bleeding paw against Marin's shoe, as if begging, "Help me." Marin's instincts scream to run, but those intelligent, pleading eyes keep her rooted in place. She's saved thousands of human lives, but nothing prepared her for saving a lioness. The lioness breathes in shallow, painful pulls. A broken spear tip juts from her paw, the wound swollen and infected. Without thinking, Marin drops to her knees. The injured giant lowers her head even further, bowing in surrender to the only human she's chosen to trust. Marin touches her forehead warm, trembling with fever. The lioness exhales shakily, leaning into her touch. Word spreads through the hospital like wildfire. But no one calls animal control, not yet. Marin notices the round swell of the lioness's belly. She's pregnant. 2, maybe 3 cubs inside her. In that moment, Marin makes her decision. No tranquilizers. No cages, just compassion. Slowly, painfully, Marin guides the lioness into a surgical suite. The lioness limps beside her, never snapping, never pulling away, even when every step sparks unbearable pain. When they reach the operating table, the lioness hesitates. Then, with astonishing trust, climbs onto the cold steel and exposes her injured leg. Marin's hands tremble as she prepares the anesthetic. The spearhead is buried deep. Her incision makes the lioness tense, a low growl rumbling. But instead of reacting with fear, the lioness presses her huge head against Marin's arm, holding on, trusting her completely. Piece by piece, Marin removes the barbed spearhead, flushes the infection, and stitches the torn paw. Hours pass. Finally, 4 antibiotics drip into thick golden fur. And Marin collapses to the floor, exhausted. The lioness lifts her head, places her uninjured paw softly on Marin's knee. Not a warning, a thank you. Weeks pass. The hospital transforms a storage wing into a temporary den. Marin sleeps there every night. She names the lioness Solara, because her pale coat gleams like early sunlight. Solara slowly heals, her belly grows heavy with life. Then one quiet night, Solara begins pacing, panting. Marin knows instantly. The lioness collapses beside her, pressing her enormous body into Marin's leg as labor begins. One small golden cub arrives. Then a second. Solara licks them gently, then nudges the newborns toward Marin, inviting her into the miracle. Marin touches their tiny heads, her heart trembling. Solara watches her with pride. 3 months later, Solara is strong again. Her cubs are clumsy, curious bundles of life. Wildlife authorities declare it's time. At the reserve gate, Solara steps out, her muscles rippling beneath her pale coat. The cubs tumble behind her. But before returning to the wild, Solara turns, walks straight to Marin, and presses her forehead into Marin's chest. A lioness's embrace, a final thank you. She disappears into the trees with her babies. Months later, on a snowy night, Marin finishes her shift. As she locks the hospital door, she freezes. A familiar shape stands just beyond the lights. Solara. Healthy, strong, alone. The lioness pats forward and gently drops something at Marin's feet, a tiny cup tooth. A gift no lioness gives lightly. Solara presses her forehead to Marin's chest one last time, then disappears into the winter darkness. Marin holds that little tooth, knowing she has become part of something sacred, a promise between a lioness and a human who chose compassion over fear.